Nearby agent has gone rogue. Rogue agent detected.
Possible, boy.
System
Oh,
disrupted.
I'm still alive. Look at me. I'm standing right here, bro.
System restored. Rogue agent neutralized.
You want me to hit him?
Nearby agent has become rogue. Rogue agent eliminated. Rogue agent neutralized.
You're using firewall vision, man. We're one versus one.
Nearby agent has gone rogue.
What? You
That was 1v1.
Rogue agent eliminated. System curtailed. System reactivated. Rogue agent neutralized.
What is poppin', squad? It is your boy Jesimein. Welcome back to another Division 2 Warlords of New York build video. Today we're going to be showcasing my Titan build. It's a build that I currently made for the current patch that we're dealing with when it comes to Pestilence, when it comes to rifles, when it comes to status effects. We need something to try to combat that, and your boy kind of put something together that kind of works, man. I'm having a lot of fun with it. It's definitely my play style because I love being tanky. I love being able to soak up damage. I love being basically unkillable in certain situations, and this build does it. So without further ado, and you can also see like we dripping, you know what I'm saying? Got the Oreo outfit on, we looking fresh, you know, the nice little camo in the back. Anyway, so let's get it. To start off, we're gonna be using the fire starter. It's an easy call. I know people already know. The med kit is absolutely unbelievable, even standing as is, even without my complementary talent, which is efficient. This freaking med kit, bro, just keeps everybody alive, right? It's just the best med kit without a doubt. Some people say it's overtuned. Some people say, well, you know, you're choosing a specialist. Whatever the case may be, it's definitely something that I'm gonna have on the build. Being that I'm gonna be dealing with the tankiest meta that we possibly will ever see, I want to have it some kind of fighting chance with survivability. So I am rocking this to get that med kit. Going down to my weapon, it's going to be the Black Friday. It's an LMG that has perfectly unhinged on it, which basically gives you the 22% damage at the cost of percent stability and accuracy being taken away. It's on PC, it's really not that big of a problem. On console, I don't remember it being a problem because even when I had regular unhinged, it really wasn't that big of an issue because people are up close anyways in gunfights. It really doesn't change much unless you're trying to really shoot from a distance, but I don't really run that build like this anyways because I don't do enough damage to be shooting from afar. But you can see right here, I got really good rolls. 14% LMG damage, 12% damage out of cover. I got max cure chance, almost perfectly god roll. I'm 1% off, but perfectly unhinged is really good because I get that nice little chunk of base damage. So you can see I'm at 94.4k, which is pretty good. The RPM sucks, but the magazine size is really good. But for how the build works, it definitely does complement it. As my secondary, I opted to go for the Nemesis, and the reason I went for Nemesis instead of Pestilence is because I'm just tired of seeing the Pestilence. For me, if I'm gonna switch off, if I'm not using Nemesis, I'm just gonna use this rifle, as you guys saw in the gameplay earlier. This is my other little go-to, but if I'm kind of figuring out that the squishiest of squishiest status effect builds, sometimes you get caught slipping with a little headshot right here from a Nemesis, so that kind of works out in my favor. So it really doesn't matter what you have in your secondary. That's pretty much up to you, but I chose to go with the Nemesis with this. So getting into the build itself, let's start off with the first piece. It's golden gear. You can see you get status effects, armor regen, and total armor for the 1, 2, and 3 piece. On my mask, I have armor and health. God roll to me would probably be maybe like armor regen because this is armor regen build. Just to have that on there would probably be perfect. We're exactly where repair skill is at, because I don't really need the heals. But that's just something good to have. Going down to my chest piece, it is another golden gear with armor roll, armor regen. I don't really care about the skill damage and the skill haste, but we are using efficient. And for the people who don't know, what you should know by now, using an armor kit has a 50% chance to not consume the armor kit. Specialization armor kit bonuses are increased by 100%. So if you add that 100%, which is basically double, to the ability that you get from the specialization that is the fire starter, you get a med kit that's basically making you god mode for 10 seconds. So that's super good, depending on your luck, how many you have. But I promise you, it definitely does change the flow of the game. Sometimes you just pop them just to push. That's how I do it. With this build, I like pushing, so that's kind of how I ran it. Going down to my holster, it's the third piece, which eventually gives me the total armor. Now, before I go any further, armor regeneration, the 1%. I know some people are confused on how that works. It's 1% of your total armor. So as you can see, your boy's at 2 million armor. So yes, 2 million people say, well, that's still squishy in this match. I promise you, it's not as squishy as you would think, especially when you have armor regeneration, heals, or whatever the case may be. You definitely are like ridiculous. So yes, having armor regeneration is definitely worth it. Some people are confused. They think, oh, there's better slots. I promise you, with all the stat effects and stuff going on, dealing with being able to not have to pop a med kit just because your health is getting chipped at because of a burn or a bleed, it makes the difference. There's times where I'm just running away and I go back to full health without even having to touch a med kit, and it definitely works. Sometimes when you're on fire while you're trying to hit a corner, sometimes people have hard bleeds, and the cool thing about it is this basically heals those. It's almost like a form of hazard protection in the way that you still get the damage. It just replenishes your health, and it's always going up in combat or out of combat. So that's really, really good just to have. You know what I'm saying? And there's a reason why it's super annoying, and what you really can't have damage builds with it, because it would be ridiculous. So going to my backpack, I switch off in between two. I'm kind of going in between the Anarchist Cookbook when I want damage, because I am going to be using stats effects, and you see it is a golden gear, so I could probably replace the holster. If I use this, you can put this on and just change this to the Imperial holster, and you still have the same concept, except you just lose a little bit of armor. So and sometimes maybe that's optimal, but for me, I really just wanted to be absolute as far as tankiness. So I kind of expecting just to have this. I don't know what I want as far as my talent yet. I'm kind of still deciding that, but right now I'm only rocking it just to hit that 2 million mark, just to see if it really feels different while having armor regen plus that. So that's pretty much my preference. I know people are going to have their opinions on best in slot and what I feel should go right there, bro. Instead, I hear you. I'm just saying, between me and my playstyle, I'm just going to switch between these two. I'm going to just call it a day on that. So that's just how I feel about that. But I do feel Wicked and the Imperial holster feel better, because this is overkill on armor, right? It really doesn't matter. Putting the Imperial here and having Perfectly Wicked is definitely going to be, but I just feel the Imperial is going to get nerfed, so I'm trying to stop myself from getting used to having a free burn all the time. But I mean, we'll see what they end up doing with it. And Golden Gear is not even on the radar of people, so you don't see anybody really running it unless they're using it for the stats effect. So hopefully, it stays as is and it gets better whenever, changes come. I always try to future-proof my builds, because I know using the obvious stuff is going to get it put down. So I don't know. And maybe efficient might even change. But anyways, going into my gloves, I know this looks weird to a lot of people, because most people, probably 95% of people, have weapon damage rolled on this. But I have Contractor's gloves with armor rolled, 11% damage to armor. Obviously, I get my 10% LMG damage, which goes into my Black Friday. Works out well, because it's definitely a damage boost that I feel isn't going to be touched. I feel out of all the three, I know the Fox knee pads is going to get hit hard. Contractor's gloves, I just don't see them hitting it too hard, so I'm kind of confident that they're going to leave it pretty much the same. So I could put this into this build. And yeah, so now a lot of people are like, what are those knee pads? Why are you not running Fox knee pads that you can do so much more damage? The reason is because I get a free armor regeneration on these. It's the Emperor's Guard Murakami knee pads, as well as skill duration for my foam and my defender, or whatever I want to use in that moment. So that's pretty much why I run this. So I pretty much have the 2% armor regen going up that you can only get from either a 3-piece Gila or a 2-piece Golan. So you can see right here, since I have 2-piece Golan, plus this, that's 2% armor regen out of my 2 million, which does add up. Just to give you an idea, I think I'm at like 40 something K because I'm missing 2 rolls. Yeah, so 46K armor regen with 2 million armor, bro. My bad. I promise you, it definitely feels insane. Now, just to give you guys a little idea, because I know some people like, well, how much does it really go up? I'm telling you, I don't know if you guys played Division 1. Well, I know most of you guys have, but for the people who haven't played Division 1, there's a gear set called Nomad, and your health was constantly going up no matter what. And this is literally how I built this. Like, it just always goes up. So you can see it's not ridiculous. I mean, I have to get like in combat or something, but you could just, if you look at my health, you go all down before it kicks in, you can see how it goes up and then it shoots back up. But that's just because I'm out of combat. One more time, just so you could just peek at it. You see how it goes up? Yeah. So it definitely does go up. It seems slow, but over time it does add up because it's always going, right. You're in the middle of a fight, in the middle of running away, in the middle of repositioning, your armor is just infinitely going up, and you will feel the difference. So going into the knee pads, this can change the Fog Try. I know some people just absolutely want to go for ultimate DPS. You know what I'm saying? If that's the case, if you really feel like you need that, put on the Fox Prayer, and that's it. You just lose armor regen. I can afford to do it because I'm still at 1.8 million, so maybe I'll make a more DPS focused version of this. But as of right now, even with that, I just wanted to go all out. So don't destroy me. Don't be like, bro, that doesn't. I'm just telling you guys that's how I want to run it, and maybe I'll actually invest into this. But I just feel like since they're gonna nerf it, it's like I don't want to get too comfortable with it. So yeah, that's pretty much it. So yeah, that is the gist of the build. What you use as your skill is up to you. I think Defender and Riot Foam are the perfect counters to True Pestilence. You want to be able to put them in place, shoot them, dive behind it, wait till they break it so you can get your reposition, foam again, and just spray away. Or if they're trying to run and pop a make hit, stop them from getting around a corner, use that. And obviously Defender is just for damage reduction because you need to be able to face tank with them. And if you don't have that, you're going to be having some crazy damage to deal with. So that's pretty much it. I love y'all. I know this was like a kind of a long video, but this is really the build I'm using to try to counter the current meta. It's fun. It has a lot of replayability. Like you definitely feel like you can do a lot of different things in this build. If you want to be a tank and put out a shield, if you want to be the person that's taking the aggro, there's just a lot. You want to be the stats effect guy because you have a little bit of stats effect on there. You can just do whatever you pretty much want with the build. So I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all so much for watching. Your boy, ease out.